To the semifinals of San Diego's funniest comic at Madhouse Comedy. He's been here before. He's a very, very funny guy and a good friend of mine. Carlos Mendez, ladies and gentlemen. Better than that.
Thank you very much. This is great, you guys out on the town with your friends having fun, right? Yeah! Do you ever just want to kill yourself? So you don't have the balls to do it? So to make it easier on you and add an element of surprise to that shit, you start asking for a bunch of rides from drunk drivers, just fuck it. My friends are starting to catch on to that. They're like, Carlos, if you want to crash so bad, why don't you drive? And I told them, are you fucking kidding me? The drunk driver is the one motherfucker that always survives. That's why we have DUIs in the first place. See, because if we lived in a world where everyone except the drunk driver always lived, they wouldn't even call it a DUI. They just call it, hey man, I really hope you make it back okay. And if not, we'll tuck you in on one of those cozy highway blankets. Too dark? Strap in, fuckers. So, on the ride over to bump that probability up just a little bit more, I'll start fucking with the driver like, hey, I think you just got a text. You should probably read that. No, right now it sounded important. Or, look man, I know you're on your second strike and everything, but I think that squad car is trying to race you. You really gonna take that shit? You pussy. Let's get this out of the way. Yes, I am dressed up. No, it's not for you guys. It's for my family, for when I ask for a ride from one of you drunks at the end of the show. I want to look good for the open casket. I'm not a good person. I try to be. Like, the other day I called up my grandma to wish her happy birthday. Turns out she slept in later than normal, or as I like to call it, practicing. I've been following the last few of her practice seasons. I think she's gonna get drafted soon. It's sad though, it's sad, because it's getting to the point where my family and I started talking about how maybe it's time we put her in one of those places you put old people, what do you call it? Casket. I'm just kidding, you guys, she's already dead. Navajo Live. Thank you guys for having me a second time. This is great. Thank you. No, I remember I came here the first time a couple of months ago. I'm not good with directions, so I put it in my phone, GPS, and I get here to the area, and it tells me I'm here. I can't see it. Drive around the entire fucking mall twice until I finally find, like, oh, that dark hole over there. That's where I'm supposed to park. This is a great spot if you've ever wanted to get mugged without any evidence. Like, hey, do you need to make a crack deal later, or do I have the spot for you? Or like if you're a woman and you just are too comfortable and you want to have that fear for your life every once in a while, like, that's the spot right there. I want to start a dating website exclusively for Amish people. Exclusively for Amish people. I want to call it rumspringallupinthatAss.com. I love it when there's white people in the crowd and they get that shit. I'm a selfish lover. I don't share my porn with anyone. Yeah, and I also think that pussy is a lot like a favorite TV show. When it's fresh and new to you, you love it, and you want it to be renewed next season. But after a couple of years, it starts to get old and predictable, and you think, well, sure, I don't want it to get canceled. I've already invested so much time into this, but at least I had a new cast member or something. I don't know if you guys can tell from that last joke, but yeah, I'm single. Speaking of, they say that desperation is the worst quality a woman can ever see in a man, but I say, why won't you love me? They also say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I think a knife works just as well. And finally, they say that it's extremely easy to get married in Las Vegas, and I call bullshit, because I can't even get a date there. Not unless I'm willing to pay for that shit. Yeah, a little bit about me. I wear Ninja Turtles boxers. Yeah, that's the right reaction. I wear them because I always want to feel like my balls are safe. And they work. Because ever since I started wearing them, I haven't been kicked in the nuts, not even once. That's because they protect against the Foot Clan. Cowabunga little dudes. Also, when I was young, I was still learning, and I used to take everything literally, and my teachers would always tell me to dream big. Now look at me. Those fucking assholes. I have been trying to eat better though. I reduced my salt intake to lower the water weight. I started thinking recently, maybe I should start cutting myself for the first time in my life, you know? Get rid of some of that pesky blood weight. Always adds a few pounds. I knew my life was going in the wrong direction one day after ordering a burger. I said, hey, didn't you used to work at the Carl's Jr. across town? Ah, shit, I need to change my lifestyle, man. I have been going to the gym though, trying to get skinnier. The people that know me, they're like, Carlos, that's great. You're doing something positive for yourself. Keep it up. I don't want to break it to them that no, it isn't positive. I just want there to be less of myself. For me to hate. No, but it is a confidence boost going into convenience stores nowadays. I walk in the door, you're like, dun, 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 dun. There's no third one? Progress. Yes. I had a question for you guys. If two girls are dating, do they starve to death? What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Just an endless slew? Like those vultures from the Jungle Book? Who am I kidding? If two girls are dating, they're never going to starve to death. There's always something to eat there. Clam bake.
He likes like turkey.
There's some people that don't like bisexuals, mainly out of jealousy, because they're like, it's not fair that they're attracted to both men and women, so there's twice the amount of people they can have sex with. Valid point. But I think the worst thing to be is an unattractive bisexual person, because then you get rejected by twice the amount of people. That just sucks. I know that gay marriage is a really divisive issue in this country. But what if you're not sure if you believe in gay marriage or not? Does that make you a fagnostic? No, that joke's too controversial. I don't want to press that many buttons. So instead, I'm just going to compare black people and Mexicans. See, I think it's really funny. The way that black people are always like, run, it's the police. The Mexicans are like, corre, es la policía. So different, you guys. Just different cultures. Or the way that black people always get big blocks of government cheese. Mexicans always get big blocks of government cheese with a fucking jalapeno on top. Yeah. You grew up the same way I did. No, also, like, tax season is here. April 15th is coming up, and white people are like, I don't want to pay that. And they hate it, because it's like the one time of the year where things don't go their way. Like, meanwhile, minorities are like, yes, we can finally afford to eat again. For like a month and a half. No, I don't want to sound biased, though. I do think it's completely unfair when minorities get advantages with things like affirmative action, while white people have to scrape by with things like inheritance, medical insurance. God, I hate white people. And by white people, I mean Jews and Asians. Thank you very much. You've been great. My name is Carlos Mendez.
Another big round of applause for Carlos Mendez.